Hi everyone, welcome back. Today's video is going to be a full face of nothing new. So I'm using a lot of my Project Pan items and just some other things I pulled out that I was in the mood to use, and I hope you enjoy. If you're new here, my name is Blair. I do all kinds of beauty and makeup content here on YouTube every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. I hope you'll stick around and subscribe. Let's go ahead and get into the video. All right, we're gonna do just a full face of nothing new today. So I pulled out a bunch of products. Some of them are actually in my new Project Pan. I just, a few videos ago, introduced my new products, and a lot of them we're gonna use today, and just some other random things. So I am first going to go in with some Corrector, and I'm going to use Bobbi Brown today in the shade Bisque. It's time to start using this again. I was using my Charlotte Tilbury one, as you probably know, for a while, but this one is so good, you guys. Oh my gosh. And I actually just started using this little Real Techniques brush to apply it. This is the base shadow brush from Real Techniques. So it's supposed to be for eyeshadow, but it's the perfect size to get right under your eye. And it's also a little bit fluffy, so it's not as full coverage as the brush I normally use, which is this little paddle brush. So if you want a little bit of a lighter application, this is a really good option. I mean, look at what that Bobbi Brown Corrector does. I mean, it's amazing. All right, before I do anything else, I'm gonna go into my Patrick Ta Lamination gel and just kind of set my brows in place, and then we'll fill them in a little bit later. All right, for foundation today, we're gonna use Armani Luminous Silk in shade number 4. This is in my Project Pan right now, so I'm trying to use this up, and I put some on my brush, one drop, and then I think I'm gonna mix in, although usually when I mix it doesn't turn out well, but I'm gonna do it anyway. I actually decided to keep this tint from L'Oreal. I said in my declutter video I was getting rid of it, but I had a change of heart, so I decided to keep it and play around with it a little bit more. And I'm using a Sigma F80 brush to blend this in. Also, the L'Oreal tint is a little bit dark for me normally, but right now I have on a self-tan, so figured it would add a little more color to that Armani foundation. Wow, I'm gonna look up close in my mirror in a minute, but from a distance, this combination looks really pretty. I don't know if it's just... Hopefully there's no pilling or anything happening, because sometimes when you mix things that you've never mixed before, you can have some pilling issues. But let me look here. Nope. Oh wow, this is a very pretty combo actually. Wow. Kind of, I would say this is like a light medium coverage. It's not a ton of coverage, but that is totally fine because we're going to use a little bit of a fuller coverage concealer, which is the Pat McGrath. So this is the Sublime Perfection concealer, and I use the shade L5. And it's actually a little bit light for me, I think. but I'm just gonna apply a little. All right, now I'm gonna use my Sigma F03 and just kind of lightly blend this out. I mean, look how easily this brush blends concealer. I was gonna say maybe I'll go over it with a sponge, but honestly, I don't really need to. It is the perfect size, the perfect fluffiness. Okay, I'm gonna go in with some of my Fenty bronzer in Butter Biscuit, and I'm gonna use the Fenty 125 face brush as well. She's actually freshly washed, which I'm the only one that thinks one of the best feelings is sitting down to do your makeup and you have like a whole cup of fresh, clean brushes. Is it just me? I just think, I don't know why, that just makes me so happy. So I'm gonna go in and add this to my cheek area. This is, I say this a lot when I use this brush, but this is a great brush if you need something for cream bronzer or cream blush. This shape, it's like this little angled but pretty dense brush. I will link it for you below. But it's such a good shape, and it also washes really well, which that is like a true test for me when I wash new brushes. It's like I don't want any shedding. I don't want them to look like they've been through the ringer, you know what I mean? All right, now I'm gonna take some under my jawline here. And then I'm just gonna bring whatever is left down my neck. And I think I actually wanna do a little bit of cream blush from Fenty as well. So let me actually go grab one. Okay, so I'm gonna use this one. This is Petal Poppin' from Fenty. As you can see, I love this one. I use this all the time. I'm gonna take that same brush and tap that in. I mean, look at that color. Oh, it's so pretty. I saw something on Instagram the other day, and this made so much sense to me when I saw it. It was someone talking about blush placement, and they were saying if you're wondering where you should be placing your blush, you should smile like this. Here's the apple of your cheek. You should then go above, right above there, and that is where you should put your blush, because if you just apply the blush on the apple of your cheek, it may be in the right place when you go like this, but then when you stop smiling, it drags your cheek down. That makes so much sense to me. Never really thought about it like that, but it makes so much sense. So anytime you're not sure, find the apple of your cheek, and then go up just a little bit from there. And that way you always get that lifted effect, and you don't want to drag your cheeks down. You know what I mean? All right, then I'm gonna take a little bit of my Milani bronzer in Sunkissed, and I'm just gonna add this really all over the top of those creams. All right, and then I'm gonna use that same brush, and I'm gonna take just a bit of Luminoso from Milani. I'm gonna add just a little bit of that as well. Okay, and then for powder, I'm gonna use my Kosas powder in the shade Breezy. And I'm gonna go under my blush and bronzer and down at my jawline, my chin, and the sides of my nose. And then I'm just gonna put a little bit right in the center. And I'm trying to decide if I'm gonna put anything under my eyes. I think I'm gonna take a little bit of my Pat McGrath under eye powder in the shade Light. And I'm just gonna apply just a tiny bit of that under my eyes. Okay, now I'm gonna quickly fill in my brows with my NYX brow pencil. And I'm just gonna kind of lightly add some hair-like strokes. Okay, for my eyes, I'm first just gonna apply a little bit of MAC Paint Pot in Soft Ochre. And I'm just gonna apply that all over my eye, just to very, very lightly even everything out. Is this the same brush? Yeah, this is another Real Techniques base shadow brush. I must have more than one because this one is clean also. But yeah, this is a great brush for eyeshadow or just anything around your eyes. It's so tiny. All right, so I'm gonna use a few shades from my gigantic Tartelette Full Bloom palette. I used this one other time in a video and I wanna use it again. Okay, so what should we do today? I think I might take a little bit of this shade called Oasis. It's right here. It's kind of a light, really, really light pink, I guess is how I would describe it. And I am going to put this all over. So I'm going to put it on my lid and all the way up to my eyebrow. Yeah, it's kind of a light pinky lavender. So I'm going to apply this all over. Every time I get this palette out, it's almost hard to use because I cannot decide which color to use. There's so many pretty ones. Okay, I think I'm gonna mix Optimistic, which is this brown, and Peony, which is this pretty matte pink. I'm just gonna kind of take a tap of both, and I'm gonna apply this as my crease shade. It's really hard to use this palette in videos and show it because it has that huge mirror in it, so it like blinds. I don't want to blind you. Ooh, let's use this color. I don't think I've used this color yet. It's out here and it's called Independent. It's a brown, but it's a little bit of a peachy brown. I'm gonna put this in my outer corner. Trying to figure out if I'm gonna do any glitter today, because if you remember the last time I used this palette, I did not use a glitter glue or anything, and I had a lot of glitter fall out on my face, so I'm trying to decide if I want to do that or not. I'm gonna take this shade, it's called Magnolia, it's just kind of an off-white, and I'm just gonna pop this right in the center of my lid just to brighten it up just a little bit. All right, I think y'all know me, I always put a little bit of shimmer on, I just can't help it. I think I'm gonna take a little bit of this shade, which is Floral. Yeah. Kind of a shimmery pink. This is what it looks like, kind of a rose gold. And I'm just going to lightly tap this on the center of my lid and kind of bring it up a little bit. Okay, and then For the lower lash line, what should I do? I think I'm gonna mix the two shades I put in my crease, which was Optimistic and Peony. And I'm just gonna take a tiny, tiny tap of each and put that on my lower lash line. I'm not a huge lower lash line person. I like to keep it pretty minimal and basic. Okay, and then I think this is it, you guys. I might do, or y'all know I'm gonna do, my little wing, of course, because now I'm obsessed with it. So I'm gonna use Teddy from MAC. And I'm doing my new little trick that I've been doing, which I should have had a video come out talking about this by the time this video goes up. But basically I go out from where my eye starts to slope down. I draw a line straight out. And then I go to the edge of my eye, like where my lower lash line is, and follow the lower lash line up and connect it to our first line that we made, so I get my shape. And then we just fill it in. And then if you need to, you can always take a little angled brush and kind of clean it up or sharpen up the edge or whatever you need to do. Okay, I'm gonna take just a little bit of this highlight from Laura Mercier. It's the Matte Radiance Baked Highlight in 001. And I'm just gonna apply a little bit of this, since I always seem to forget highlight for some reason. Okay. All right, so let me grab my lash curler and I'll curl my lashes. All right, I've been using this L'Oreal Voluminous lash primer, and I've been using it. I haven't really decided how I feel about it. I've never really known what my opinion is of lash primers, but I'm going to apply this. My lashes are in a really good phase right now. You know how your lashes normally go through like good and bad phases, but I will say, since I've been using my lash serum, it's the Nude lash serum. I mean, my lashes are so long and they're just good. I feel like they've been like this for quite a while too. So I'm going to apply the primer and let it sit for a second and then apply my mascara. Okay, for mascara, I'm going to use Benefit BadGAL Bang. And I don't think I've used this mascara actually with this primer, so we'll see what I think. If you use a lash primer and you really like it, you think it makes a big difference, let me know and tell me which one you use. Because I used the Dior one for a while and I just did not feel like that one did like anything for me. I know a lot of people love that one, so let me know if you use one that you like. All right, so there's the mascara. I mean, it looks good, but I feel like that primer makes my lashes really clumpy. So I end up going in and trying to brush them apart with a spoolie, which works a little bit. So if you ever apply your mascara and you don't really like how your lashes look, you can always use a spoolie and try to kind of brush through them. I don't know. I feel like the primer makes them look thicker, but it also makes them clumpy. So I don't know. But for the lips, I'm going to use this. This is the Kokie, what is this? This is the Kokie Cosmetics Retractable Lip Liner in the shade Warm Nude. I don't think I've ever used this in a video, actually. Ooh, what a pretty color. It's kind of a peachy nude. Ooh, yeah, this color is really pretty. Okay, that lip liner is such a pretty color. Oh my gosh, I love that. So I'm just gonna put a gloss on top. I'm gonna use Maybelline Lifter Gloss in the shade Reef. I feel like this is almost an identical color to that lip liner. Maybe a little bit pinky, a little bit peachier, I guess. Ooh, okay, that is a really pretty combo. All right, and then I'm just gonna spray my face with a little bit of ColourPop mist. And that is it. So this is the final look. I hope you guys enjoyed this full face of nothing new. I love to film these. Every time I do, I remember why, and I just want to film more and more of them. It's so fun to use all your makeup that you have and get excited about it and combine things that you've never combined before. Like today, honestly, you guys, this combination, I know it's kind of random, Armani Luminous Silk and L'Oreal True Match Nude, but holy moly, this is a pretty combo. So I'm really happy I did not declutter this because I almost did. But I really like this combo. I will definitely continue to use it for sure, especially since I'm trying to use up this Luminous Silk foundation in my project pan. But thank you for watching. Make sure to give the video a thumbs up if you liked it. I hope you'll subscribe if you're new, and go follow me over on Instagram at simply.blair. I will see you guys next time for another video. Remember, simply be you. Bye.